Hey there, I'm Jess Wellman from Play10.com, and I'm here to tell y'all everything you need to know about the launch of sports betting in Tennessee. For months, you've been hearing sportsbooks are coming to Tennessee, but do you know what that really means? Don't worry, I'm going to answer all the big questions around the start of sports betting in the state and tell you where you can legally and safely bet in the state of Tennessee. Big question first. When does Tennessee sports betting start? The official go-live date is November 1st, but keep an eye out in the days leading up to Sunday because the Tennessee Lottery, which oversees and regulates sports betting in the state, is considering some soft launch periods for online sportsbooks where you can take the apps for a spin as early as October 28th. Even if you wait until November 1st, you can go ahead and sign up for an account at some books like DraftKings. If you want to get a leg up on that, head on over to Play10.com where we have all the details on early signups and the promos that you guys can get for doing so. Next question. Where in Tennessee can I bet? This question's it's a little trickier than it sounds. As you know, there are no casinos or racetracks in Tennessee. If your idea of sports books is based on what you've seen in Vegas, you might be wondering how this is going to work. Tennessee is actually the first state to offer an online-only sports betting market. That means that there are no places that you can go and place bets in person. But in theory, you can bet from anywhere in the state. All you need is a phone or computer and an account with a regulated sportsbook. About that regulated sportsbook thing, these are the only places you are allowed to legally bet. Betting with a bookie is still very much against the law. You may hear about some other online sports betting sites too, like Bovada or MyBookie. These are what are known as offshore sportsbooks. They claim they're legal in the United States, but they're not. Okay, what regulated sportsbooks are available in Tennessee? At launch, you're going to have your choice from 3 national sportsbook brands. DraftKings, FanDuel, and BetMGM are all ready to roll out the red carpet on Sunday. Each of these betting apps are going to offer big deals to try and acquire new customers. Like I said, you can take advantage of these offers right now. There are a couple of different options. If you know you're going to be betting a lot, you probably want to find what's called a deposit match bonus. For example, FanDuel will match your deposit amount up to $1,000 for players depositing for the first time. If you deposit $600, then you get $600 bonus dollars to wager on the site. There will always be some terms and conditions, aren't there always? They may mean that you have to wager everything at least once or there are some limits on what you bet. Now, if you're raising your eyebrow thinking, $600, Jessica, who do you think I am, Justin Timberlake? There are other offers for you. If you sign up early with DraftKings, you don't even have to deposit anything to get a good deal. If you're new to DK, you can sign up early and get a $50 free bet to use once things go live. The thing to do with deals is look around and find the ones best suited for you. And remember, you don't have to be loyal to just one sportsbook. Play10.com can help with that. Use the site to help figure out what kind of features you want in your sports betting app. What is Tennessee Action 24/7? I talked about the national brands, but if you prefer to shop local, the Tennessee sportsbook industry is set up more than any other state for the little guys to launch an app. So in most states, licenses are tied to land-based gaming establishments like casinos and racetracks. That limits who can really operate in a state. In Tennessee, though, not only is the process fully open, the sports betting license fee is just $750,000. That isn't chump change, but it's a far cry from the $10 million license that Pennsylvania offers, for example. So anyone, even the living saint and Rocky Mountain legend Dolly Parton, could open a sports book. A girl can dream. One book that will be taking advantage of the situation is the local product Action 24/7. Who's behind the venture? That would be Tina Hodges, who also owns Advanced Financial 24/7, a Nashville-based payday loan company with over 100 locations in the state. Now, Action 24/7 may or may not be there on November 1st because they are awaiting some final certifications and licenses, but the lottery is putting in extra meetings to try to get things done, so you can hope to have a 4th option on November 1st or maybe not long after. How do I download a Tennessee betting app? If you want to bet on your phone, the process is super easy, but there are a couple things you should know. If you're betting on a computer, you just go straight to the website, create an account, and bet in your browser. You need some personal details like your name, address, and you will have to have a partial social security number to help verify who you are and that you're at least 21 years old. Phones, though, there's an extra step, which is to download a betting app. You'll know what apps are, though, so you realize this isn't too difficult. If you have an iPhone, you can find the app in the App Store. If you're looking for DraftKings or FanDuel, it's a one-app-fits-all approach. The app you use to download in Tennessee is the same one that people use in New Jersey or Colorado. BetMGM is a little different. You want to make sure you're downloading the version of the app specific to Tennessee. Okay? Now, Android users, things are a little different for you too. The Google Play Store won't allow gambling apps in it, so you're going to need to go to the Sportsbook website of your choice and download the app directly from there. You'll likely have a pop-up cautioning about downloading from an unknown source. I'm a Droid user. Trust me, you'll be fine. Can I bet on the Tennessee Titans? Given the season they're putting together so far, you're probably eager to get some money down on the Titans. You can absolutely do that, and you may not even realize what betting options are at your disposal. Most common NFL bet's a spread bet, which is the number of points a team has to win or lose by. So if you bet Titans -6 against the Bengals, you need the Titans to win by more than 6 points to cash your bet. There are other types of bets, though. You can bet on the outright winner with a money line. You can bet on how many points are scored or which team will score first. The options are endless. Poke around the app, see just how many choices there are. One option that plenty of people love is in-game betting. This fast-paced option's a lot of fun. It's a little crazy because after every play, the odds on those bets in the live game are going to change. How can I have fun betting and still bet within my limits? Last but not least, I want to go over with you guys what you can do to make sure you're playing within your limits and keeping things fun. All of these apps are equipped with tools to make sure that you aren't going overboard betting. Some of your options include setting limits on how many times you deposit, how much you deposit, how much you lose in a day, and how often you add money to an account. You can also limit how much time you're spending on this app. If you think those measures aren't enough, you could also put yourself on a self-exclusion list that's monitored by the Tennessee Lottery. This is a tool that can be very useful, but be aware of what you are signing up for. If you self-exclude from sports betting, you potentially set yourself up to be excluded from the lottery and daily fantasy sports too. Plus, this list is very hard to remove yourself from, so it's a pretty permanent choice. If you think you do have a problem, there are resources available and it isn't something to be ashamed of, okay? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for more info. All right, that about covers the game plan for the start of Tennessee sports betting. But if you have any other questions, we probably answer it somewhere on play10.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at play10, TENN. We'd love to see what you're betting on come Sunday, so give us a Twitter shout and let us know what your first bet was or ask us questions about the big launch day. We're here to help, so y'all come back now. You hear?